just having patience when things do get ugly, when things get tough.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of DREADLOCks. I'm Gunther the Great. Today is another episode of Beyond the Roots. Today we have the one, the only Tosh Coney, otherwise known as Coney Vision. Go ahead and say what's up, bro.
Yes, sir.
What do you got to say about yourself, bro?
Man, it's a journey. YouTube journey started.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He just released his YouTube channel, so make sure to go subscribe to him. The link is down below, so make sure to go and show him some love. Tell him you came from DREADLOCks, and let's get the video started, guys. This is the third interview so far, I believe. If not, it's the fourth. It's actually the fourth? It is the fourth. Dang, fourth person on the show. It's cool to be able to continue this. Taj was actually the first person I talked to about Beyond the Roots. Did you know that?
Yeah. Was that Chandler's?
Yeah, Chandler's. It was a long time ago. It was a while back, though. I talked to you about it, and then you're the fourth episode, man.
Jeez.
So I'm just going to go ahead and start off with some questions. So I already know this answer, but just so people know, when did you start your dreadlocks?
So I started my dreadlocks less than 2 months ago.
Yeah, I feel like it is around that 2 month mark.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And for anybody, you probably can't see up close, but we started out Taj's hair with sponge, and can you see it? Oh yeah, you can right there. Yeah. So we started his hair with sponge. You can see all the coils up there right now. So it has like a freeform kind of look really dope. Hey, that's a good angle right there. But it's really cool to see how far these bad boys have came. And how was let me see. I guess, why did you start, this whole journey of hair? And like, was it something that you've always wanted to do, or?
I think last year, 2018, was the start of something. And like you see now, I tried this journey before, but I guess I didn't keep up with it. I liked the way it looked at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like I said, the ugly stage, I wasn't really feeling it.
Yeah.
So I cut it, and I was done with it. But then, 3 months ago, I was like, I seen a couple of, actually a lot of pictures with 2-strand.
Yeah.
So, and also 1-strand, like just freeforming, twisting it yourself. So I love that, how that looked. And I just started doing it. Like, I got these, just twisting them.
Yeah.
Like on my own, and half the side twisted without any products, and then the other side twisted with Jamaican.
Was it Jamaican Mingo and Lime locking gel?
Exactly.
Okay.
Use that on DREADLOCKS.com.
Little plug.
Exactly.
So with you using products and not using products on half of the head, was there like a difference between the both? Was there one that worked out better than the other?
Honestly, there was like no difference. I mean, if I didn't say anything, y'all probably didn't see a difference. Like,
right. Yeah, you can already tell them.
Yeah, like
this
side I used the gel, this side I didn't.
What's funny is because this side is less frizzy than this side, so
exactly.
It's like.
So I feel like, I mean, there could be a difference, but I don't really see it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you can't tell like if you don't.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't say like you used two different things.
Exactly. So, I mean, I think I like not using the gel.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me too personally, because like not using products, it's just your scalp is able to breathe, and you're not putting all these products in your hair.
Exactly.
And like for me, I just like to wash my hair. Like that's all I do.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, but I definitely had to stop washing my hair for a while, because the beginning, like if I wash my hair, it gets frizzy and comes out.
Yeah. And that's a lot to keep up with, because there's like, if you were to count all these individually, there's probably like 200 to maybe close to 300 up there. Probably like 100 on each side of the head, almost thing. But
for
like,
sure.
Yeah, that's a lot of trying to keep up with. So you already kind of mentioned how you started. Kind of walk us through like the process of like maintenance, because it's not completely freeform. It looks freeform, but like, what is the maintenance or the method you choose to keep
so up? It's funny because at the beginning, like even before I think it was 4 months ago, I actually did the same thing, but I didn't do it freeform. I asked somebody to do it for me, so they used the gel. But I didn't like it because it was so short, like you can barely see the twist. So I combed it out again, and then I decided to wait a little bit till my hair grew a little bit more, so you can actually see the twist come out. So I decided to just twist it, like, so I separated it with my hand. At least I tried to, but I separated it and then just twisted it, like, you know, I see a lot of people just twisting their hair.
Just
like,
mess with their hair.
Yeah, exactly, like freeform, but so I just did that and kept doing it. I didn't like part it or anything, like I didn't put any clips or anything on it, no rubber bands or anything like that. So every day just twist it. Like,
yeah.
And it's funny because I usually twist this side. That's why you see like
all
this hair is like all out.
Yeah, you
but
can tell
this side is
more
like flat.
hand.
Yeah. So I mean, this side is I don't really do it as much because I'm right-handed and it's all the way over here. But I mean, it's weird because when I do it, my left hand is kind of.
Oh, because you got to do it backwards,
exactly.
Huh?
So.
Yeah, that's the thing. What kind of is hard about it? Because I remember the way I used to twist my hair on my first set of locks. I would twist these this way, and then I'd twist these this way, so they'd be two different directions. Right. So like I had to do that the same all the time. Yeah. Is because I didn't want to have to go back like this with this hand because it's weird. But I just did it like split down my head, and I chose which one I'm gonna do this way and this one I'm gonna do this way. So there was two different ways.
Right.
But it's like it's a lot of like to remember.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus like
find which one to do. Yeah. Yes, it's not really hard to maintain. Like just twisting it, like just sitting down.
And I think that's how it should be because I think so many people stress about trying to like make sure it's perfect all the time. Like shoot, like my hair is jacked right now. Like I'm just letting it do its thing, and it's something that like I think is good for me to kind of go through. Yeah. To just experience like. Of course, my hair is like messy or it looks messy. Like I don't really care for it looking like this. Right. But like as a kid, like this is how my hair was too, and I just always never liked putting so much attention to something that's materialistic, like hair, or like stuff like that. So it's really cool to be able to go through this process as an adult and see how people react to it and stuff. Yeah, I
think that's the art of it too. It's free.
Yeah,
free form. So there's no rules, regulations on what you can do. I think a lot of people like put the free form.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, put the just because it's free form, like it's a name for it, doesn't mean like there's a certain type of way to do it.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to look at it because I think a lot of people look at it too. Like people even tell me like, dude, those aren't free form because you separate it or something like that, which I'm actually contemplating whether I should keep separating or not. But like people get onto you for the littlest things. Yeah. It's like those aren't free form or that's not this. Yeah. And it's just a label. And like for me, when I say free form, I'm usually talking about the way hair looks. And then say someone asks like, how did that person actually get their hair? Then there's an actual method of free form. But I think there's like two different ways to look at it, and a lot of people get hung up on the words and stuff.
Exactly.
But moving on to like challenges, was there any challenges as far as your hair or even I would say if you can compare it to life, any challenges in life or that can compare to hair or either way?
I think the biggest part, like even with not my hair, but a lot of people's hair, is like you gotta have patience. Like I said, last year I didn't have that much patience to even maintain my hair. I just cut it with during the ugly stage. So I think focusing more on not how it looks, but how it will look. Like the
that's true.
At the beginning, the end of how I want it to look. Because a lot of pictures that I've seen that I want my hair to look is like they look like this now. They look like this when they started. So it's a journey, pretty much. Like just in life, there's a lot of things you have to have patience for. Like it's not going to show. Like your goal is not going to show at the beginning, obviously. So I think just having patience when things do get ugly, when things get tough, but that's when endurance happens and it builds your character.
Pretty much anything, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Like it kind of transfers, because I know when I like on my first set of locks, or even now, or even like other time that I've done something with my hair, going through that patience, and I guess just any reminder of that I need to have patience for something. Yeah. Like even with hair, or just anything that I'm doing with my son or with my wife or anything like that, it relates so easily. Because if I'm hit with something to where I want to be impatient about it, then I just reminded myself that I need more patience, and that me being in that situation, it helps my patience grow. Right. So like testing it with something as little as your hair is a good exercising tool for everything else, because you can go through this whole like ugly stage of your hair, but there's a whole ugly stage in life that you go through, you know, in and out of.
Exactly.
And patience is really a big virtue in that whole period.
Yeah.
You mentioned a little bit about, you know, looking at people's hair, that, you know, you can see what their hair looks like in the future, or what your hair is going to look like in the future. Who are those people that you look at?
There's this one dude have you seen Grownish?
Yeah.
And
are you talking about Lucas Sabat?
Like the light skin?
Yeah.
He has dreads, yeah. But at the beginning, he had like single strand twists, like they were just freeform.
Oh, really?
So, I mean, I wouldn't get like the freeform dreads, but
right.
like before he got the freeform dreads, like now he has it now. I think his hair was like the top person.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing too, finding someone that you kind of want to emulate, because really if you keep on paying attention to that person or looking at their pictures and always going for it, you'll eventually get there.
Exactly.
Because it's pretty funny, because my first set of locks, I was really inspired by Jaden Smith.
Oh yeah.
And looking at how my hair was, like at the very end, it's like it was almost like a spitting image of how Jaden Smith's dreads looked.
All right.
So if you constantly are looking at this emulation or looking at someone you want to emulate, it's almost like a role model.
Yeah.
Like if you translate it to life, or you can even put it this way, like the Bible tells us to constantly look at the word and continue looking at it and keep on studying it, and don't only just read it, but do what it says, and then you'll be blessed in your deed, or you're blessed indeed. And it's the same thing translated in anything we do. If you constantly are, you know, feeding yourself with something you want to be, then you'll become that, you know, and it just goes with anything. So I think that's one thing that related big time with hair, seeing how close I got to my goal. Right. And like, I think it just relates all across the board with life and hair, fashion, whatever it is. I think it all is the same principle.
Yeah, that's good. And I know even, because I think even you and Diddy, like, helped me, you know that I can do it pretty much. Like, know that I can have, you know, freeform dreads, twists, like. And I remember watching Diddy's, I think it was on, it was your channel, but it was like a 2-strand, I think it was the curls with the sponge.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I remember watching that and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely getting it. I'm definitely getting the sponge curls. But yeah, like you said, like just having that, you know, that thing to look at and trying to imitate it helps. Yeah, it does. Because you know, like, not only that other people can do it, but you can do it too. So
yeah, I think that's a big thing too, because even before, if we're just speaking about hair, like before I even got into my first set of locks, like I didn't know how to do it, or I didn't think it was possible. I've tried it before, like when I was in high school and stuff, and it just wasn't working, because I thought it was something that happened overnight or anything like that, because it was like my expectation, or it was a misconception in my head on what you need to do to get there. And that's how a lot of things go with even just in life in general, looking at things from the outside, or you know, you're just barely scratching the surface what's actually going on, because you see everybody else doing something and you don't really know everything that got them there, and you just think that like they're just there because, I don't know, they're there or whatever.
Yeah, overnight success or somebody else's success. Yeah. And
being able to be on the other side of it and actually going through something with hair or just life, and seeing the work that has to go into whichever spectrum, and knowing that it actually does take work to get somewhere, or get a certain hairstyle, or be a certain type of person. So it's cool to be like in it and just doing it, and not worrying about anybody else, just focusing on getting what you're trying to accomplish done. And I mean, that just goes with anything in life. And I think it's a big thing for people to hear watching this video, that, like, especially hair, because everyone always comes for hair. And, you know, like not everybody thinks they can do it, or like they'll DM me saying, can my hair get dreadlocks? Like anybody can.
Right.
And it's one of those things where you can translate it to other things in life, like, can I be famous? Anybody can be famous. Or can I make $100,000? Anybody can make that money. Can I make $1 million? Anybody can do that. It's not really up to knowing the secret sauce or having the key. It's all about just keep on working towards what you know.
Right.
And I think everything else falls into place. If you know exactly what you need to do at that moment, then just do that. And then it's almost like when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, it's a key to unlock the next thing you're supposed to be doing. And that's with anything.
And with that being said, like, going back, it takes patience. A lot of patience, for sure.
For sure.
Because I'm not at the best, like my hair's not at the best position or the best way it can look, but with patience, it'll get there. Yeah.
And I mean, it just goes all the same across the board. Like we were talking a little bit off the camera too about, what were we talking about? We were talking a little bit about, I think we were eating lunch, and we were saying that we're never kind of where we want to be. Yeah. So we're like constantly going towards what we're trying to accomplish. Even if we accomplish what we already wanted to accomplish, there's always something new that comes up. So in life in general, no matter what your goals and accomplishments are, once you reach it, it doesn't bring fulfillment. Because it's not one thing that I know for a fact, and that God told me. He said happiness is 99.9%. That's as full as it goes. You can never reach 100% with happiness. And because happiness isn't joy, so you can't get that you can't get those confused. Because we have 100% joy with Christ, because there's joy and peace in believing. But when it comes to happiness, God didn't promise us happiness. But we can be happy with the things that we gain and our goals, but it's only a 99.9%. So you can go so far and you can never fulfill it. Exactly. So I always thought about that, and then God told me, it's like you can only go so far with the things that the world can give you, or with what pleases you, because no matter what you do, it doesn't matter the goals you achieve or anything like that, success, regardless, anything without God is gonna be empty and it's void. And that's why I was like, dang, that's super good, because now I know it's like I can't do stuff in order to be happy. And it's like happiness comes with it, but joy is the number one thing that like I'll never lose, because joy is a choice. It's like love and all these other things. Right. But then we got into some deep
preaching over here.
But with all that being said, I want to ask you, what's next with everything? You just launched the channel, and I mean, you got a lot coming up. We talked on the other episode of Beyond the Roots about what you got coming in the future. If you guys haven't seen that one yet, make sure to go tune into that one with Taj, and you can kind of touch base with them on like what you got coming next.
So I'll start off with hair. As far as hair, just continuing to do the same method I was before, like twisting it and then combing it out, combing it out, and twisting it again. And then as far as life, like just a lot going on. I can't even like name all the stuff that I have.
What's one big thing you're focusing on?
One big thing I'm focusing on right now is family. Yeah. The family that I'm going to have. That's a big thing for me. That's one of the top things, but and also continuing to have actually getting a better relationship with God too. I think that's the top thing, because I can't provide or be a blessing to the family that I will have without God. So
it's a big thing.
I continue to renew my mind and be around people that have the same morals, goals, and beliefs too. So I know I don't know like the time when I'll be doing it, but moving up into like a lead position and in church,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Hey, come
That's
on.
a big thing too.
Yeah, that's sweet.
But soon, 2020.
Yes, sir. I think it's all just about, being consistent and
Exactly.
diligent and willing and obedient.
Yeah, that too.
I think those are the two big things right there.
Willing and obedient.
Like, sheesh. Yeah.
Big things coming. Big
Yes,
things
sir.
coming for great media too.
Oh, yeah. Great media, bro. 2020. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, bro. It's going to be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Tosh.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Make sure to go check out Coney Vision on YouTube.
Yeah.
Link to his stuff is down below, so make sure to go check him out. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.